Off your mic is okay. She off your mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun lamo do. Maiyegun Diary.
Hello there.
Maiyegun lamo do. Maiyegun Diary.
Good morning to you.
Maiyegun ti de o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Good afternoon to you.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary.
And good evening, if I haven't said that before. So, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary. Maiyegun Diary Politico.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Invite every young person you know, because this message tonight is likely going to be mostly for them and for everyone.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó. Maiyegun Diary. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ó ti dé o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. And yes, we like. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. And yes.
Let me read this out to you. The following names: Mele Kyari, GMD; Humar Ajia, Chief Finance Officer or Finance and Accounts; Yusuf Usman, Chief Operating Officer; Farouk Garba Sahid, Chief Operating Officer; Mustafa Yakubu, Chief Operating Officer, Refining and Petrochemicals; Adiza Kumasi, Corporate Secretary, Legal Advisor to the Corporation; Humar Ibrahim, Group General Manager, International Energy Relation; Kalamu Abdullahi, GGM, Renewable Energy; Ibrahim Birma, GGM, Governance, Risk and Compliance; Inuwa Waya, MD, NNPC Shipping; Musa Lawan, MD, Pipelines and Product Marketing; Mansour Sambo, MD, Nigeria Petroleum Development Company; Lawal Shade, MD, Duke Oil NNPC Trading Company; Malami Shehu, MD, Port Harcourt Refining Company; Muhammad Haba, MD, Warri Refining Petrochemical Company; Abdul Kadir Ahmed, MD, Nigerian Gas Marketing Company; Salihu Jamari, MD, Nigeria Gas and Power Investment Company Limited; Muhammad Zango, MD, NNPC Medical Services; Sarki Hawalu, Director, Department of Petroleum Resources. One Nigeria, KU there.
And yes, we like. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. And yes, we like. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. And yes, we like. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. And yes, we like. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìí yẹn.
Thank you.
And yes, we like. Presido Barufio. And yes, we like.
So this is Sunday sermon, so that I can warn you before you finally settle down with us. Sunday sermon doesn't attract many viewers or many people. You know why? Because it is a no holds bar session on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. If you have children around, this is the time for you to tell them to excuse you. If you are sharing a device, let's say you are sharing a TV as a family, this segment or this session, Sunday sermon, is not advisable for children because it is a no holds bar. Sometimes I try to control my usage of words, but most of the time I am not obliged to do that. So for your own mental health, if you belong to the category of humans, right, who love to be politically correct, especially when it comes to, as many would say, respecting elders or respecting leaders, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, the Sunday sermon that is happening right now, we actually understand that too, respecting those who earn respect. But in this case, we have no apology to any of you who might be somehow offended. No apologies for you. We usually ask you at this point that thank you so much for coming. You may start going now until when something more moderate than this. I am saying this not because I actually love Wahala that much, but somehow, on this platform, if you have been a follower of MaiyegunsDiary Politico for a long time, you will know that I have built a temple here, a temple of truth, where those who have taken sides with their own oppressors with their own different slave masters and mistresses. They come on here to drag and slug it out among themselves. And I'm just here, Onile, who bring about the conversation that some of them don't really love to be discussed in public. Because of this, trouble is always around me, not because I look for it, or maybe I do. But the point I'm making here is this: on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, yeah, there are some certain things that some people would prefer not to dabble into or even talk about, because somehow, the social construct of Nigeria has kind of placed them in a different state that somehow they cannot run from. So therefore, they will rather keep mute. But for Maiyegun, I no get border, I no get boundary. And that is why today is not going to be an exception. So let's start from why we are even having this chat. We're having this chat because of what politicians, their policies have done to us in decades, right? Or for decades. Now, the last 7 years is more even significant in pushing every one of us to that reality we have been running away from. Reality that there is no one Nigeria. I'll keep reminding you, right? But all of this reality that you are witnessing today, right? They are brought about by politics, politicians, their policies, their own collaborators, which indeed have managed to build a nest of a disjointed, disunited, and almost balkanized country called Nigeria. You may have had your own contribution to it, or you may currently be contributing to it as well. But let us slow it down. Let's start from how and why we are here. We are here because you and I, somehow we have realized that something needed to be done, or else we are doomed. I'll give you instances. APC, Egbekegbe na bad society. APC, Egbekegbe na bad society. APC, Egbekegbe. You might be an APC supporter watching me right now. You don't like me. I know that. I don't like you too. And we both don't pretend, except when some of you suddenly started pretending that you are offended, that Maiyegun is not in any way supporting APC. Egbekegbe. Why are you pretending? I'm not an hypocrite. I've never liked you from the word go. And I've stated my reasons. And everything I've said would happen, have happened. They've all happened. So now you no get shame. You still come on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. When they ask for fairness, equity. Maiyegun, you are biased. You are, all of us are, except if some of you are just new recruits. From the word go, when they started forming this jihadi terrorist party, I was one of those who raised the alarms. And that is why many of you actually, if you remember very well. So 8 years after that, you can't come on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, they pretend. Anyway, APC, Egbekegbe, they believe that Nigeria is drowning. Do you know that? The same APC, Egbekegbe, I'm talking about the clan of cyberbarians, the Buhari idiots. Yeah, you remember them? The Buhari Dins, the Buhari Didanis, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unnekaaris, the Saliuharis, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, and the humbled slaves of this world. 8 solid years they defended the terror that enveloped Nigeria from 2015. Only for them to turn around and start saying They want to rescue Nigeria from APC. Not be madness, be that. So then they come on to MaiyegunsDiary Politico and they're like, we are trying to save Nigeria. Hashiwaju is coming to come and rescue. This one is coming. Okay, calm down. It simply means that you two, as Lagos Abobaku or Oshogbo Alimajiri, or maybe you are just Aslika on your own, maybe yours is just a crumb chasing, or you are just a crumb chaser, or maybe yours is like those who are loving Nigeria from abroad, but they will never, ever have anything to do with Nigeria and their families, like never, other than just to come and check on you if you are dead yet or not. I'm talking about your uncles, your aunties, those lost ones, right? In America, in all over the place, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers. For 8 solid years, you did this one. You killed and killed and killed. You empowered terrorists. Now you have turned the same Nigeria oil to free for all. 700,000 barrels of crude oil stolen every day in Nigeria. Do you know how much that is? That's over $300 million every day. Nobody they account for them. Do you think they don't know who are stealing them? Now, after 8 years, when many of you are now jobless, millions of you are at home right now, you can't go to school, and it is all messed up. You know that, Abi? After 8 years, they agreed that more Buhari don't ruin everything. Buhari has destroyed everything. Like, is everything done properly? Now they want to rescue Nigeria that is sinking. The one that they sank. Abi? Then on the other hand, you have the articulated morons, articulated mugus, articulators, and the rest of the articulated scammers who are also pretending to come and rescue you. I was one of those who didn't believe them, and I've always never believed them. You know why? Because you know the antecedent. Cut the long story short, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, yeah? Those who ruined Nigeria, and those of you who have taken sides with them, you are all here to rescue Nigeria. Then the new entrants, the obedient, or you may, I have you here, I read your comment all the time. The obedient. If you want to be respectful, you call them obedient. If you want to really show your real colors, everybody they throw water right now, yeah? Now you can call them obedient, obedience. Like, just if you want to get any of them angry. But on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, me, Onile, I am now here to speak to you as somebody that has also taken sides. Sure, you know, even though it seems that, those of you who want to rescue Nigeria, now your season, you day, where you can say anything, everything, and as usual, all talk, no action. Myself don't take side. Nobody day neutral. Don't let anybody lie to you. When it comes to the wahala you are witnessing in Nigeria, all these things you are witnessing in Nigeria today, yeah? Don't let anybody lie to you. The genesis of it is the politics, the tribal politics that was hidden when they forced the unitary system on everyone when we were never supposed to be unitary system. Do you understand that now? So as it is, that politics is what made you believe that at APCO, at PDPO, they should go to hell. Now Obi go rescue you. Do you know that's the politics of choice too, Abi? You are not in any way neutral. So if I now sit down here, like some of them would, sometimes, most times ask, they do ask, not because they didn't know, but they just love to. Maiyegun, where do you even belong? They wanted me to, indeed, pitch my tent, right? With either the Tifnumbu, Egbekegbe, or Atifku, the articulated mugus, or I should join the obedient. And they were pretending, or maybe again, let me just put it this way. That same politics of make everybody just carry his own cross now and believing that your cross, if it burns you, be responsible for the consequences of it. So I've taken sides too. Do you know the side I've taken? To rescue Nigeria. Break it up. I'll continue to remind you. I know 75% of you who have fallen into that part of you want to rescue Nigeria through Tifnumbu, lying to yourselves. You want to rescue Nigeria or unite Nigeria through Atifku. Oh, you want to build Nigeria through Obi. Without your choice, on our side, I chose something that will relieve you of all your miseries. Let me tell you how politics affects all of us. Or why me, a Yoruba man, who is from a nation called, a nation of people called Yorubas, Yoruba nation, a proud Yoruba son, like some of you. But I'm not going to say because your own tent is being pitted or pitched at, one of these camps that are saying they want to rescue you in Nigeria, right? I'm still going to admit that you are what? You are who you are before Nigeria. You are also a Yoruba man and woman, as I can see. But here is something. The reasons why you are worked up today as a Yoruba man about other people from other part of Nigeria today is because you are part of Nigeria. You know that. If a Yoruba man says, Igbo man is this or that, and Igbo man turned around and said, Yorubas are this or that, then everybody turned around and said, Hausa this or Fulani that. Do you know why we are all like that and shouting at ourselves on top of our lungs? It's because we're all forced together in a place without our consent. Take that as number one. Because without that, I won't sit down and be screaming at someone from Tema in Ghana. I won't be condemning somebody from somewhere in South Africa. You know why? Because their own affair has been, in a way, segregated as they have demarcated Africa, so to say. But you see that of Nigeria, it would have been a different ball game if indeed the criminals who abolished what our own forebearers signed up for before independence, right? If they didn't abolish that and force this unitary system of government, which has now turned to the turn by turn Nigeria Limited, the one that makes me or will make you to suspect me, be suspicious, be very careful. That's how we live, isn't it? Now, let me tell you how more these politics affect us. They forced us together without any idea how they were going to make us live together. And as I have lived long enough in my life, I have realized that, politicians in Nigeria have said almost, to put it this way, they always have all the solutions when they don't have that power. Then, when they have the power, they always have all the excuses why it is not working. But you and I know why it is not working. And I'll tell you about them. Maybe I'll just remind you of them. In Nigeria, as you would agree with me, first thing first that you would ordinarily not dispute is the forceful amalgamation of nations with different ideology in politics or religion, different culture and tradition, and so many other things then most importantly, difference in languages. Now, we have a barrier to cross. If you want to build unity in anywhere, it starts from respecting one another's belief or tradition. Start with that. Now, in Nigeria, as you have it, the northern part of Nigeria, they have a template, a kind of a feudal system of a governance, the one that makes not even kind of feudal system where the people are subjects and the leaders are supreme, mostly appointed or anointed or elected, as they will say, or selected with religious rights or laws, and so to say, things that is more related to them as a people in choosing their leadership and all of that as they will choose. And down south in Nigeria, of where you call Nigeria today, you have a kind of cosmopolitan, egalitarian society where people's belief and culture as well is kind of far different from that of the northern Nigeria, and is a bit freer. Now they are in the same country where normally where people should be having culture clashes. Culture clashes is when you go into you go to an area, or you move to a new place, and you discover that their way of life is so different from yours, or from where you're coming from, or from what you really knew growing up. Then you have to learn how to blend theirs and yours together in order for you to be able to coexist with them peacefully in a normal society. Culture clash. So in Nigeria, you have clashes of almost everything: culture, tradition, religion, politics, way of life, many things. Then politicians who actually understood this very well, right? They know that it is the fire line, a kind of a gun powder that is sort of sprinkled like that, like a form of a trap, yeah. And all it takes is just one ignition of a match or fire, and it was just going to travel with the speed of light. If you dare begin to address these differences. So what did they do? We are all then have to live in the world that these visionless, self-centered, greedy, selfish human beings lay before us. You know what that means? It simply means that you know the problems. They know the problems. They know the solution. Now, if they don't know the solution, right, there is a solution that is not in tandem with the Nigeria they actually wanted to create, this Nigeria that you have today. So therefore, it can be discarded, and this ruinous one must be religiously pursued. In politics, many of you don't have interest in politics. And you know why? Because they have made sure that you will never have any reason to be interested in it, except the only reason they have created. What is that reason? Just to be criminally rich. If you want to be extremely criminally rich, where you don't have to produce anything and you can be a multi-billionaire in Nigeria, just join politics. That's the impression of it, or that's exactly what it represents. Not service, not anything that has to do with governance. So many people there, and to now gain access in, then you must be ready to do all of the most horrible things, unthinkable things, in order for you to break into that circle. So many of us have decided for a very long time, or mostly discouraged, to get involved in politics or be involved in decision making of your own community, starting from your own communities. No, I don't want to go and start doing rituals because I want to be counselor. No, I don't want to start going. I don't want to become this or that because I want to be counselor. I don't have money to share to be counselor. And the rest of those things that pushed you away. Therefore, politics was now left for criminals. You know them. You celebrate them. You call them honorables. You call them distinguished, this or that. Some of you even call them excellencies. You see them, you tremble. You see them, you tremble. You see them, you shake. You see them, you be happy. But many of you, in your own inner minds, you know what they did to get there. But surprisingly, you also wanted to see them do something good when you actually know how they got there, all the processes and all of that, yeah? It's kind of a counterproductive, they say. But how do these then come to haunt the rest of us? It is very simple. You now have charlatans. You have career criminals. You have certificate forgers. You have 419ers, manipulators, fraudsters who have now occupied all the sensitive decision-making positions all over the land. And sadly, many of them, or all these positions, are manned by people who speak your language. People who actually look like you, whether they are Hausa, whether they are Fulani, whether they are Igbo, or they are Yoruba, whoever they are, wherever they come from. When you look inward, then you will begin to you begin to get what I'm trying to get to you. How politics affect our lives. So today, it's easier. This shouldn't be a fight of any, to agree together now that with what they have made of Nigeria, you can agree with me that Nigeria has been in the hands of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of humans from the word go. If not, prove me wrong. If you have had it any time, in any day, or in any century of his sort, right? Better as humans, or under that aegis of a name of a Nigeria. No, we haven't. Now, you see what happened, right? In the situation of Nigeria, you know what then happened? When criminals who have managed to assemble army of violent, young and old criminals to keep them or ward you off, keep them in that control, what did they do? The criminals employed rogues, rogue economists, rogue policy writers and formulators. Since criminals are those who made it to your National Assembly, making laws that are never to unite Nigeria, but they are laws to further divide the Nigerian people, but continue to what? To accumulate the resources that are meant for the same people to themselves. Privatization of the people's resources. Why is that? Because they had access. They have access to power. the one that some of you ignorantly gave to them. And you will do it again and again and again. And also, you are going to suffer it again and again and again, only if you are going to be the only one suffering it. That is where the politics affects all of us. Now, when the criminals now have the power to control the military, right? Then what do? They infiltrate and corrupt the military. How? They would then begin, they started recruiting people not by their qualifications, their competence, their patriotism. They started recruiting people based on religious, tribal, and then ethnic, identity, put it that way. Now, what happened? Impunity in a system that was built not for you, not to solve Nigeria problem, not to unite Nigeria, not to prosper Nigeria, not to protect Nigerians, but it is just to keep the contraption going, operational, and at the same time, keep all the stakeholders, the investors, your criminal politicians, and then I'm still coming back to that of the elites, the religious leaders who are making this work for them as well. However, governments control our lives. You can't print your own money except they print you one. You know that. No, you can't. Even though you have to build your own houses, government doesn't build houses that are meant for the people. When they do, they build for themselves and they sell them to themselves, who are also going to, you know the story anyway. So you can't go out there and refine, and extract your own crude oil and say, oh, I have found gold on my land, I'm going to extract it, it's mine. No, you can't, except the government gives you a license for it. You are not even born, except they give you a birth certificate. Who gives you the birth certificate? The government. Who is the government? Who are the people in that government? The greedy, selfish, self-centered, Nigerians, from you, from me, from your tribe, from my tribe, from your ethnic nationality, from your religion, from my religion, from every part of Nigeria contributing to that. They are that government, from that your local government, including that your royal father too. They are all part of it. You know that. You are not even born. You don't exist. Whether they have to forge one for you, but without a birth certificate, you don't exist. And who gives a birth certificate? The government. Now, you are not dead. If the government doesn't issue you a death certificate, maybe not so much in Nigeria anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. You are not dead. That is the power that you have given to criminals who are ethnic jingoists, religious fanatics, selfish, self-centered individuals who continue to propagate patriotism, but their actions, their deeds are nothing patriotic. You know that. Now you give them all the power. Government, whether na military, whether na FIDI, sovereign national SNG, sovereign national government, whatever you want to give to it, whether na your local government or your state governor, whatever, you see the authority you give to those thugs to make laws on your behalf. Check all the laws they are making and check how many of them they are actually obeying themselves. Then you understand what I'm trying to say here. Morality is dead. They have no moral. They have no human feelings. They have nothing that will eventually make you feel like maybe they're actually one of you, except for those of you who are painting that image of they are one of us. It's a Yoruba man. You are just being dafty. A dafty. They called, somebody will be suegbe, didn't. will jump and see a politician and say, he's an Igbo man. I trust him. He's an Igbo man. I have to support him. Oh, he's an Hausa man. That's why I support him. Oh, he's a Yoruba man. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go and support Igbo? Do you want me to go and support Hausa? You are just a social construct of a textbook definition of a Mugu. The politicians don't see you as one of them. If they did see you as one of them, that should reflect in the policies they are making. But it didn't, and it won't, because they don't see that way. They don't. And that is why when people say every day for the thief, one day for the owner, that's not a good thing. It's actually not a good thing, especially when they tell you that this is where the religion part of it comes in. When they say, let these people one day they are going to pay the supreme price. You will see what God will do to them. You don't joke with God, the prayers of the poor people. You will see what will happen to them. Nothing is going to happen to them. Nothing. It is like this where they say, 99 days for the thief, one day for the owner. Now who can enjoy pass? Chena the owner or the thief? Somebody stole everything from you for 99 years. From one generation to another generation to another generation to another generation. They don't use them. Your own children. They have died in the poverty they created. And they are telling you that 99 days for the thieves, one day for the owner. Because one day you are going to see that thief, Abi. Maybe he's got stroke. Or maybe they said they have rushed him to hospital. Which hospital? They've rushed him to America. They've rushed him to London. And you are saying God is punishing them. No, that's not true. 99 years, one day for the owner. Now, who can enjoy pass? The owner or the thief? So don't buy that. They use religion to tell you that you don't have, you've lost it all. And you should keep it that way. Because as it is, it's a lost battle. There's nowhere you want to run to. They have conquered you. They have cornered you as a people. You better just choose a side and live on the crumb they give or offer you. This is the choice before you. And that's where the politics that I was trying to tell you that that's where it touches you. It touches me. Rogues in charge of your government. They have to make the laws. They have to appoint and select those who are going to become policemen. Do you understand this? When the people that you have in charge of the day-to-day affair of a country, starting from the local government level to the federal level, when all of them, they have no one ideology. If I ask you right now, what is Nigeria dream? If you see somebody now, they say, what is the American dream? They are likely going to tell you, I'm not an American. No. I believe that the moment somebody is, when somebody is doing fine, you've got a job, or let me say, you are somebody who migrated to America with nothing, and within 2 years, you've become a resident, and then after that, you've got a job, and before you know it, you are now living better. So to them, that is you living your American dream. You can now afford to drive a $40,000 car. Really? Now you have a job that pays you over $150,000 annually. Now you can go on vacation with your family. You can afford things that you used to dream about in your country. Now you are in America. After 2-3 years, nobody say you they do drug or anything, like Tifnumbu, but like normal, yeah. You got settled, you know that stuff. Americans will tell you That is American dream. The land of opportunity, the land of dreamers. You will dream about America and your dream will come true, you know. People say not all the dreams anyway. But if I ask you today, what is a Nigerian dream? You as a Nigerian, there's no ideology, nothing. If you ask a northerner, what is your Nigerian dream? A northerner just, if it's opportune that they manage to let him, is to sit through his education, right? A northerner will tell you, if he's not contemplating of working for government, he is contemplating of getting from this Nigeria, of getting the money to start a business that you have not heard about, or the one they have told you is impossible, you cannot do it, they have banned it, right? A northerner can break that, use that his own Nigerian dream. It can be in a civil service, right, for 20 years, right? And you may say, no be this how do, we no go secondary school. Well, it will become a permanent secretary. Why? But when you talk to a southerner, what is Nigerian dream? I'm talking to you right now. I'm a southerner. What is your Nigerian dream? Most of them will tell you now to japa. I'm not joking, no. Some of them will have no answer because what is my Nigerian dream? What is your Nigerian dream? I'm talking to you. You. No, listen, I've told you. Let's leave APC, PDP, OB and everything. Now, I want to talk to you about how all these politics and your choices can actually are affecting you. You are not paying attention. So your choice is your choice, but there is a choice that can put an end to this mystery. Listen to me. I have chosen that. It's not popular among you, okay? But I'm asking you, what is your Nigerian dream? As a Nigerian, as a southerner right now, watching this video, watching this broadcast, do you have any? Do you have any leader in Nigeria, like in Nigeria history, who have once in the past, right, came out with an idea or ideal about this Nigeria that everyone, whether na Hausa or Igbo, Yoruba, Fulani, Ijo, Nupe, Maiyegun, Ijebu, Egba, everybody keyed into it, and everybody keyed into it enough that they started building on it. Have you ever seen any in your lifetime? I don't know how old you are. I'm 38 years old now, right? I'm going to be 39 years old in about 4 months or 5 months now, okay? I'm going to be, in fact, it's going to be 4 months. In 4 months' time, I'm going to be 39. In my lifetime, okay? I have not seen anybody, any leadership, whether in a political party, whether in a political group, or for anywhere, in control of Nigeria with anything called Nigeria ideal. This is Nigeria, dream. There's none. But if you meet a southerner, they will tell you, gone are the days. Some of you watching me right now in your 50s, you are in your 50s, you are in your 60s, Abi. Gone are your days where many of you, right? Many of you were made by poor parents whose dream back then were to see you go to school, get education, right? And become empowered and progressive, productive, and then give back to the same society that you are going to live in. Shebi, so many of you went to that school, didn't you? You graduated. Some of you, before you even graduated, they told us so. They said many of you, especially in southern Nigeria, there were jobs already waiting for you before you were even confirmed from your schools that you have graduated. So those could be a dream. I remember many of you then had dreams of becoming a teacher. Oh, I wanted to be a teacher. Right there. And you grew up to be that teacher. Some of you, you regretted the day you now, probably when you finally retired as a teacher, they now started telling you your reward, this Nigeria, or this earth. They say your reward now every day. You go collect them there. Your salaries are not regularly paid, even though you are poorly paid. Now I'm talking about all of you who had dreams in the early 60s, maybe 70s. Today, ask those Indomie generation now. Ask those Gen Z, as they call them, the Indomie generation. Ask them about their dream. Oh, Benny, what is your Nigerian dream? About my Nigerian dream is to japa and love Nigeria from abroad. Even though the japa is becoming even worse and worse every now and then. But people will always japa anyway. And as you can see, Nigeria will continue to push the best of us out of Nigeria so that the worst of Nigeria can continue to be in charge of Nigeria. You know, dig, you suppose dig. So when the worst of Nigeria, who have proven to all of us that they are the worst of Nigeria, and they are there, making laws. They are not just making laws. They are signing contracts. They are printing money. They are borrowing money. And all of this, they are pumping fuel. They are pumping crude oil. They are stealing 700,000 barrels of that every day. So what did they do? You gave them power. They are now government. No ideology, no vision, no nothing. Just everywhere beleface or anywhere beleface. Nigeria. And everybody is there. Everybody can't live like everybody they inside asylum. I don't know how many of you have watched some of these horror movies. Horror movies where people become zombies. Zombies. You know that human beings, once they bite you like this, you become zombie. You be like, you are looking for somebody where you go bite too. That's exactly what they have turned Nigerians into. You can't get zombie A, zombie B, zombie C, or zombie block A, zombie block C, zombie block here, and everybody just be zombie everywhere. They can't look for who to bite, so that you yourself go can't bite. You could back like a castrated dog, fighting for waiting, fighting to defend the same oppressors who turned you to that zombie like that. I'm not kidding. But the way they affect you is this. Criminal politicians, criminal roguish politicians, crooked politicians, they will be the ones to then sanction the recruitment into the military. Therefore, the recruitment will be corrupted. They will be in charge of recruitment into the police, and the recruitment will be corrupted. They will be in charge of recruitment into parastatals, ministries, civil services, and the rest. But guess what? The entire thing is corrupted. The entire machinery of state is corrupted. Corrupt. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So the effect of that is this. A police officer who has not been paid because the Minister of Police Affairs desired to have a big mansion that is befitting his status as the new Minister of Police Affairs. It can no longer be seen anyhow. That former 3-bedroom face me, I face you he was living is no longer good for his status. A minister, what are you saying? He can no longer drive in one car. He needs a convoy of it. To put all of this package together, they need to steal the police money, police pension, police salary, and everything that has to do with police development. They need to keep the lifestyle of the minister and everybody around him, his family members, his girlfriends, his boyfriends, you know all that. They have to maintain him. That's exactly what the system encourages. You know, you're not going to appoint a minister, are you? It is when you appoint, when you select a criminal to be your president, it begins to appoint other criminals into different places. Rather than them to touch your lives, they begin to improve on their own lives. So that police officer who knows that his salary is not paid, and he knows that the person that is feeding fat on his salary is no other person than the man that is in charge of his own affairs. And they are like in their hundreds of thousands, by the way. I think Nigeria police has about 300,000 of them. It's just like when the termites are protecting the coin. So you know what I'm saying? The termites, they protect their coin. When they look for food, they make sure that they are queen feed first before any of them will then eat. It's just like that. Vampires. Unfortunately, a police officer needs to survive. Where do you think is going to take out that frustration? You guess right. On you. The politicians will give him uniform. Politicians will give him guns. Politicians will give him bullets, but they won't pay him salary. He should go and fend for himself. Then this mad, drunk, frustrated, poor police officer will jump on the street. Hey, hold it. Wait till you carry. Hey, hold it. Wait till you carry. Okay, wait till you get for us. You will now see police officer. You will want to pity them. And say, police, Nigeria police. But guess what? The best of them are going to be selected to provide security for everyone responsible for taking their money. They can't fight it, creating the zombies. And they are looking for who to bite. Who are they biting? You. NSAS, NSAC, NSAS, NSAC. Who created NSAS? Who created SARS? Who created all of them? The system created them, biting you. Some of you who they couldn't bite, they just kill you. To the point that Nigerian police that should be investigating kidnappers, investigating organ harvesters. Now, the same Nigeria police force, they are now the ones being arrested for armed robbery. Police officer being arrested for kidnapping. Police officer being arrested for extortion. You are looking at that police officer, Abi. You are not looking at the system that created the police officer, which indeed is also an aberration that is also meant to stifle life out of you. But again, one Nigeria progress. One Nigeria unity. Ma paro funra e. Chogbo, continue to lie to yourselves. Same thing happens. They won't even limit there, right? Then the impunity continues. The corruption continues. That you need also to buy your way through the ranks in order for you to get the promotion that will likely put you at the spotlight, that will open you up to more money. Corrupt system creates corrupt. The corrupt people create corrupt system. The corrupt system corrupts everyone. And when everyone is corrupt, we are all doomed. Break it up to save the lives. I am asking you, break it up now to save your lives. There's no ideology that says this is how it's going to end. But I can tell you, free of charge is not going to end well. It's not. Crooked criminals who takes over your government also are the ones who are going to make monetary policies for you. Aha. Talking about economy. It is in an economy that if you have a business, and your business is booming, you will pay taxes to government. Government will make more money from you. Okay? If you are a student, right? And you graduate, and you found jobs, and you are working. The moment you start working, you see that education the state gave to you, all the education you get, if they gave you one, that is why if criminals are not the ones, all of you are empowering, shouting APC, shouting PDP, shouting your oppressors here and there. If those criminals are not the ones you are electing, Abi, they would invest in education so much. You know why? Because there is no resources. There's no resources that is more so valuable than human resources. I'm not talking about people where they sell human parts. You, as a human being, if your country invests in an education in you, the amount of education they invest in you is going to be the amount of return your country is going to get from you. But in Nigeria, you know it. They deliberately destroy that education, Abi, to the point that they are churning out graduates that are unemployed today. Not only because they are unemployed, many of them are unemployable. So If government invests in you, education, everything from cradle to university, and you were trained to create jobs, a system that says create jobs, do you know what is that? It's going to be a huge return for government. As millions of people are joining, hundreds of thousands of people are joining the graduate or labor market, you are creating jobs. Some of them are creating jobs. As they are creating jobs, the economy will continue to multiply and multiply. Government don't create jobs, so sure you know. That is why government invest in infrastructure, invest in education, most importantly education. Infrastructure like good roads, good rail, power, a medical system. Because every country, educated country, is a wealthy country. Ask those countries who have fought poverty. Singapore, China, they were once in that bracket of the worst place that Nigeria is right now. Trust me. They didn't use religion. They didn't go and pray and pray and pray. No. They invested in education. A lot of it. But you know, in Nigeria, is Alabama. Abi? Alabama. Do Allah, do Anobi. They say vibes and inshallah is what many of you are living with every day. Unfortunately. You see, if you have jobs, you will pay tax. When you pay tax, government make more money. Now, if you don't understand what that means, right? Now, when you have criminals in charge of your government, they employ crooked economists, accountants, who are mostly certificate forgers, who are mostly number manipulators, and as it is, they have the government, they are the government. Whatever they say to you is what it is. Now, only you, the film, you say, man, this don't make any sense. So they say Nigeria GDP grew by 4.something% in second quarter of 2022. But how come the economy will grew by 4.something%? More people have lost their jobs again. Now you have over 100 million people, jobless people in Nigeria. Which level now? Because they are the government. They cook the figure. Inflation. They say inflation in Nigeria is 17%. Almost that one are true. No be scam. Let me tell you something. In economics, they say when they are defining economic, when they are defining economic law of return, don't let me confuse you. Layman definition of economics, 1 + 1 is 2. If anybody they tell you that x is 1, x plus y, 1 minus y, they want to dupe you. They want to rob you. If you get 5 naira for pockets and you spend 7 naira, 2 things must have happened. It is either you have extra 2 naira that you did not declare, or somebody loaned you extra 2 naira, or you stole another 2 naira to make it 7 naira. That's the only way you can explain how having 5 naira and then you're having something worth 7 naira when your 5 naira was gone. Right. Now let's take let's take it back a bit. If they say inflation in Nigeria is 17%, even if you don't understand what that means, that they are lying to you, ask yourselves, if something goes up, put it this way, let's say if I buy a tin of gari for 10 naira per tin last week, and today, and I go back there, and the same tin of gari, same gari, is now being sold for 13 naira. So, in your book, in your own book, share the increase is 3% or 30%. Wait, I disturb now 30%. You know why? 30% increase. And when you now go around again and you say, now let's use something that you can actually use this every day now to compare this. In 2015, they said the inflation in Nigeria was 8.1%, whatever that means, or that meant. Now, come to that same 2015, a bag of rice was 8,500 naira. Yeah? 17% of that would be how much? Let's even say 20% of that, of 8,000 naira. I don't know. But again, this will explain it. Is it 17%? Is it true to say a bag of rice that was 8,500 naira in 2015 that is now being sold for 36,000 naira? Is it true to say that is a 17% increase or inflation? Is it true? Let me use another example. A liter of petroleum in Nigeria in 2015 was 87 naira per liter. Today, it is more than 180 naira per liter. Is that 17% increase? No. No? Okay, let me use another thing. A bag, let me say a bag of sachet water that you were buying for 100 naira, was it 100 naira? 100 naira in 2015 is now being sold for 200 naira or more. Some said 250 naira. But that same bag, you have 20 in it, Abi. Would you say that is 17% inflation? Right? No. No. Okay, good. But the hired economist who went to Harvard, who went to Oxford, who went to here and there, they came back. You that is suffering the policy, their policies, they are telling you it's not that bad. It's just 17%. But you know it's not, Abi. The same thing happened to your own currency. Now, that's economy, Abi, that led to serious job losses. They have increased your taxes. They want to tax everything they could tax. They want to, but that will never give them more money when more people are falling into poverty because of joblessness. How do you want to come out of that? Now, that is the consequences of criminal politicians, crooked politicians, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, all of them everywhere, holding different level of government today, preaching to you that they have solution to Nigeria this, Nigeria that, and therefore they are speaking again. They are talking again, and you are believing them again. You are pitching your tents around them, among them again. But it is all going to end up in tears again. Consequences of what this one Nigeria did to us, and the politics of it. When you bring crooked criminals into power and they form governments, what they also do is that they employ crooked law officers, criminal lawyers, who are going to interpret your bogus law bogusly that will serve the interest, not yours, but theirs. Politics. And that is why, as Nigerians yourself, in your own country, in a democracy, it is illegal to group together and express your displeasure with the way you are being led or rude. You can't come out and complain or condemn any of these. You will be shot at, and that is legal to kill you as a Nigerian. In any part of Nigeria, if you ever publicly display your displeasure with the way things are, and guess what? There will be lawyers, Nigerian lawyers that are going to defend that 100%. A lawless country, you know that. But because it is Nigeria as well, and the rogues who are meant to interpret your laws and punish the violators, they ended up being those rewarding the violators of your own laws. And the laws you break are mostly the unwritten ones, or mostly the written ones that they wrote just to tame you, control you, and keep this contraption together. That is what crooked politicians, that's what they do. And let me tell you this, the consequences of that is not limited to those who are propagating them. We are sharers too. That's why you have Malamu. Malamu is the Attorney General of Nigeria today. Would you say, in the entire Nigeria of 200 million people, that Malamu represents the best legal, is the best the legal profession in Nigeria could actually produce to be the Minister of Justice of Nigeria? No. There are many things that popped up in Malamu as your Attorney General. And he is the chief law officer of the land. What can you do about that? He is the law. Listen, because he is the law, they are the government. He was able to put together other crooked group of lawyers who had the audacity to lay claim to over 20% of returned loot. Hey, Abacha loot, that those Abacha stole your money and they deposited the money with for nearly 30 years now. They decided to give the money back to you. And the #1 law officer of Nigeria, Malamu, put together some crooked lawyers to collect 20% of that money. Yeah, they are the law. Politicians, and their own people who work with them. He is able to do that. In your one Nigeria is the law. How he became your #1 law officer, whether you like it or not, it doesn't really matter anymore. You just have to live with it. The consequences of the criminals that you probably just push on and all that. The consequences is endless, you know that. And it is endless. When you have the crooked criminals in charge of your country, it is like you sold yourself off. Unfortunately, whatever comes your way, you take it. They control the border. I mean, one of the, should I put it this way, #1 job of a government all over the world is to protect the lives and properties of their citizens first. In Nigeria, your government opened the border. They closed the southern border. They opened the northern border. And terrorists invaded Nigeria, kidnapping Nigerians, collecting ransoms. Some of them never made it back alive. They are kidnapping soldiers. They are attacking armory, military base, military barracks, and everywhere, cutting away Nigerian-bought weapons, using the same weapons on Nigeria. But your #1 law officer in Nigeria, they have no law to punish them. Rather, they have law to rehabilitate them. They call it Operation Safe Corridor. That is what I'm talking about. And the consequences of that is that just as I was about to come live on this broadcast tonight, I received the news that 32 people, 32 travelers have been kidnapped at Ifon, between Ifon and Ondo. Ifon in Ondo State, 32 people have been kidnapped by the terrorists, Fulani terrorists, and they have now contacted their families and they have started making demands. I mean, terrorists are trading Nigerians in Nigeria. Terrorists who cross the border. They are kidnapping Nigerians like animals. Now, to get your relative back or your family members back, you have to buy them back. So they are trading Nigerians to the point that Nigerian government is negotiating with terrorists and at the same time rewarding and empowering them, giving them weapons, guns, giving them money. In that same Nigeria where their victims have been abandoned in different refugee camps across Nigeria today. Unfortunately, it is a crime to even talk about it. Media houses have been issued warnings and stand warnings several times by the government that sworn to protect you, but they have chosen to keep the terrorists safe and continue to expend your resources, discuss one, on the same terrorist. It is allowed because it is Nigeria. Unfortunately. I can go on and on and on and on and on. But it won't make any sense if I never touch the part the religion is playing in helping the crooked politicians to continue to hold us down. That is also deliberate. It's like you scratch my back and I scratch your back. You rub my back, I rub your back. Situation, that's where you found yourself in Nigeria. Religion is politics. Politics is business. Religion is business in Nigeria. And who are the commodities? You, the people. You just don't know yet if you don't know. But if you do know, somehow, if you are stubborn, you probably will be questioning it and you pull yourself out of it. Well, some of us are stubborn, by the way. And if there are no stubborn people, if there will be no stubborn people, they will never ever coin the word stubborn or alagidi. Some of us have the agidi to say, that doesn't make any sense. They deliberately allowed people to be fed with vague hope. Vague hope includes people telling you that the reason why you have no job is not because of government. Forget it. It's not because of the corruption that have pervaded the entire space. It is because you don't have grace. Grace in Nigeria is the shady things many people are unable to explain. When you have no explanation for some certain things, or you are too embarrassed to explain how those things comes by, or anything at all, they will say, na grace. And nobody can play with grace. Religion, building hope. I am not saying there is no grace, because that would be like me busting your bubble. Because the last thing human beings have in life that they don't want to lose is hope. And if you know where people always get the hope first, where they are selling hope, 3 for 10 naira or 3 for 100 naira, very, very easy to get. You will get them in religious houses. Those are the places where you are likely going to know, or for the first time, somebody is going to tell you that this is the reason why you are poor. Because many people have been looking for answers. Why am I poor? Why are we poor? Why is everything so hard? I've never enjoyed life in my life. Mama, Papa, why are we poor? Your mama, Papa, no fit tell you why you are poor. Nigeria and those who made you poor, they ended up forcing you to different religious houses looking for answers. Meanwhile, you know the answer, but that answer is not likely the answer you are looking for. Wájú ọpọ́n ọgbọ́, ẹ̀yìn ọpọ́n ọgbọ́, olùwòrán lọ́tún, ọlọ́kànràn òsì, àárín méjì ọpọ́n, àárín méjì ọpọ́n Ifá, òde ọ̀run gédégbé, bó bá ṣe rí ni ẹ fi hàn mí, ẹ má fi re pé bí, ẹ má fi bí péré, ẹ má fòlòlò fọhùn, ó yá lọ wò wá, gbàrà, gàràgà báyìí lògiri ta. Fọwọ́ ẹ̀kan àyà, touch, now touch the ground, and then use that same hand to touch your chest. Your situation is resolved. Baba, wetin you see. If you had waited for another 24 hours, the people who are using your destiny, they are about to travel out of this country. Your situation would have ended. Baba, please don't let them carry my destiny abroad, though. Baba, please, I've suffered, though. Baba, if I tell you my story, I have suffered, though. I'm a graduate, I'm a mechanical, I'm a graduate of this engineer or something. Oh, I'm a medical. Baba, I've suffered. Please help me. I will help you. Your situation is resolved once we do this or do that. But you see the person holding your destiny, I'm going to control the aircraft to crash. Because we need, for your situation to progress in life, we need to kill the person against you. Now you realize that the people who are always shouting, my enemy die, 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 my enemy die, 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 they are mostly the poor people that were made poorer by the criminal politicians who have taken away all the opportunities that could at least have made you productive and be grateful to God all the time, not always going on to God and asking to explain to you, why is your situation this bad? Somebody said, Baba, this country, I don't understand this country again, Baba. The people who told us that there is light after the tunnel, they came back and they said, my village, they don't remove all the polo. The bulb said they don't break all the, no light after the tunnel anywhere. If you see anywhere, if you get any chance to escape. Some will say, about God, he don't do this suffering, even if I am the one who chopped the apple, Baba, he don't, I know be Adam now, we chop the apple. About God, consider me. You go on Twitter, you read some of these funny things that people are using to cure their kind of frustration, so to say. Say, God, what is all of this? This shakpa is no longer ordinary. Baba no be me shop apple now. Adam we shop apple. That stuff. But the bottom line is this: they need to, normally to take politicians every election cycle to build hope, to give you hope that they are not, to promise you hope that they are not willing to give to you. None of them that they could explain. But every day, 5 days, Isoji alagbayano, Isoji awe biribiri, Isoji today, revival for me to see my husband. Reviver, my helper, you must come to me by fire, by force. Breakthrough, reviver. The thing got to a stage whereby even our own Muslim brothers and sisters, they know they do vigil. You know that in Nigeria? Yeah. When I was growing up, we only do like Latule Qadri. These are the nights where when Prophet Muhammad was, when they brought down Al-Quran, and Prophet Muhammad received Al-Quran and was reading Al-Quran. So that night, everybody don't they do revival now. I saw videos where some people are now doing miracle. Say hello, hey, hello. I say, what is going to the revival of where I'm going to meet my breakthrough. Hope. And guess what? They were also a tool in a system. Because, Abi, they made you believe that somebody is after you. Somebody is holding your destiny. Somebody is the one who said you will never make it in life. Somebody is trying to kill you. They found your picture in the middle of a candle. Auntie Parishe. Some of you, ladies, our women, our beautiful women, especially, see, sometimes this one break my heart, oh, I have to confess, when I look at the damages Nigeria has done and the damages Nigeria is still doing, especially to women, young women, it breaks my heart. Some of you today, they have turned you into carry me they go, Jehovah, carry me they go, my husband house, carry me they go, Baba, carry me they go, and all of that stuff, right? Not reminding yourselves that you see that your husband house, husband no get house. Nigeria has denied young people the opportunity to grow and raise families. Today, your husband house, many of them are already waiting for the dinner. They are angry right now because what time is it in Nigeria right now? Some of the people who are supposed to be your husband, they are waiting for their mama to serve everybody tonight. They are old, of course. You see them on social media. They have beer gang, and they don't get job. Some of them, everybody just they manage. You are looking for husband because you self they look for person where they say, me can carry part of this wahala. You won't share them. And the boys themselves are like, oh, my mama, my papa, they carry my problem. Oh, I know one had to run. So everyone is now everywhere, different prayer houses, asking God to give them husbands. Meanwhile, the people who you want to make husbands, they have no job. Many of them are also praying to God. God, please make my japa happen so soon. About God. Before December, I want to leave this country. God, answer my prayer, please. Don't let Fatima or Adija or one Kemi to hold me back. Amaka, Neka, or anybody. Don't let them hold me back, God. If there's any Amaka anywhere, they pray, say, make me make a husband in this Nigeria. For here, Baba God, no answer, Ramo. If the economy is better, listen, people love life. And the harder it becomes, the tougher it becomes, and the more frustrating it will become. And look at it this way. It is already having that effect. Don't be say God no love you, my sister. I'm saying this to you because myself they hear from God. God said he loves you. But there's nothing he can do to help you when the criminals in charge of your country they have made the life of the male, the female, men, women endangered. My sister, now how everybody go escape what they have forced on them, majority of them are looking for. You better start looking for politicians where they look for third or fourth or fifth wives. Sadly, I'm not trying to discourage you. Your hope shall heal you, but you are looking for answers where there is none. And they're going to make you kind of question God. God, have I not served you enough? Maybe say you don't serve him enough. Now Emeka never sought himself, and he doesn't want to what? He probably didn't want to bring their children to this life, a child to this world. In that Nigeria, say you where they watch me right now, would you like to bring up a child? As you are watching me, right? Would you love, or maybe you have already brought a child to this world? And I know I'm not mocking you. I'm just saying. Now, religion is to calm you down, give you hope. That is why when you look around, you begin to think the hope that they have promised you. Maybe you can find them in the same criminals who sent you to church in the first place. Let me tell you something. People will tell you, I'm going to church for salvation. No, I'll tell you, Nigerians are going to church or Nigerians are going to mosque. Most of them are going because, one, They don't want their enemies to get them. They need something to spiritually protect them from their enemies, imaginary, known and unknown. Number 2, getting close to God will likely, if you pray to God and all of that, will likely open doors. When Nigerians tell you that they open doors, they are talking about random success. They don't have to know how to explain it. Now God do them. Say, bros, oga, you don't buy car ni. Say, Baba, God oh. Baba, you get out oh. Ha, tia robber. How much you get this car? 22 million. Ha! Pardon me, Oshe. 22 million. You will say all of us, they drag 18 naira bread at Yadigba shop and Binsi just last week. I mean, don't tell me I don't see you. God. God. But today, they know they too use God anymore. They'll say, no, Baba, leave God. I know say not God. Baba, jam me now. Your boy is there here, Baba. Immediately you go, they call him boss. It doesn't have to give you an answer. God don't do them. Why you they ask question? If you can't live and call the talk about, say about crypto. Say, hey, crypto? Not be crypto Daniel did where Daniel go jump on top of mainland bridge because he lost money. And now you need to use sense if you are, all that stuff. I'm not mocking you. I'm just saying that when you meet Nigerian, is an hopeful person. When you ask him where is he getting that hope from, it will tell you, I am hoping on God. Electricity, there's no power, there's no nothing, everything. So, Baba, I know. How are we going to do all of this? How are we going to get out of all this mess? Baba, I'm hoping on God. God. I know God is going to. I know God is going. He doesn't know anything, no. But they gave him that hope somewhere else, and mostly from the real. That's why I said hope is something so powerful. It's the last thing a man actually clings on to. Once you lose hope, you've lost everything, people say, and you're likely never going to come back from that dark place and all that. Hope. So that is why you will listen to some of them, they will say, Maiyegun, think about your future. All these things you are saying about these people, one day you may need them, that you want to, because that is why many of them are ass lickers, on-boot slaves. They know the rot, they are affected, but they have hope that one day that could be, maybe that's going to be them doing it to other people. Hope. And where do you get it from? From religious houses, where they will tell you, hey, Mama Nkechi, hey, amen. Ha. I want you to start praising God. Oh yeah, start dancing. That's what I'm saying, dancing. And then Mama Nkechi will be like, okay, I'm dancing, oh, prophetess, I'm dancing. Say, dance like David dance. I will dance. Say what? Say, your daughter Nkechi is going to bring a man home. You see, this man is a God sent. This man is rich. It's going to change the life of your entire family. Your children, your husband, your late husband, you have been the one struggling on these children. Now, God just say, all you need to do is just, we need to do some prayer for Nkechi, and you need to do 3 days fasting and prayer. Hope. Out of the whole exercise, Mama Nkechi is going to leave that shop, that place, that business center with hope. The hope that only her hold on to. When she goes to church on Sunday, she's going to pray to God and say, God, I am still hoping. I'm expecting. If Nkechi should come back home with his with a school boyfriend or anything, Mama Nkechi will remember that and will say, please, my daughter, I can't suffer. And then never to really enjoy on you. God already has, I'm just saying this because that's how they plant all these things in people. Hope. But guess what? If the economy is working, right? Nkechi doesn't have to wait for a man to change her life or the life of her parents. Do you know that? You don't have to wait for an invincible, godly man that's going to drop a bag of money, because God promised that if you are patient, yeah, a patient dog eat the fattest bone. Omo, no be so. Bones scare. Dogs know they eat bones anymore. Then they play with bones. They have dog food now. Some of you, if you see dog food, you go curse your leaders. Unfortunately, some of your leaders, if not all of them, in the mansions they are using your money to build, they have all these imported dogs there. They are feeding them good food, not bones. So your pastor is telling you the patient's dog eat the fattest bone. You know, be dog. Dog don't they eat bones again. You see, they want you to be comfortable in that discomfortable situation of yours. If you get too impatient, they will tell you, if what gain is for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Every day for the thief, 99 years for the thief, 1 year for the owner. Who can enjoy pass? Now, on top of that, they're opening shop on you. Listen to me. Hope, they have to give it to you. And that is why when you are angry because you have discovered the truth, when you are upset that the system has really, really done you bad, and you turn around to speak up and rise against that system, then you see your mother, Abiyamo Toto, the good mother. Hey, you have killed me. You have ruined me. You want to go out there and protest end SARS. You know why mama is worried? You are mama's hope. Somebody already told mama that, listen, mama, this world is a very cold place and a very wicked one. But your prayer is keeping your son. Your prayer is keeping your daughter. Something good is coming. Continue to pray. Please make sure your son or your daughter doesn't go out there to go and join them to protest against their oppressors. Because if they kill your son, they have killed your hope. I told people, I said, look at what they have created. What the politicians created in Nigeria. They said, Toketeba Dagba, Omu Omu Elomu. That's a very, very, very sad illustration, sort of. There are some of us Yorubas, we have, including some of us who are older Yorubas, okay, we have decided to live according to that social construct. Toketeba Dagba, Omu Omu Elomu. That is, they will say, if you want to eat the fruit of your labor. Now, I will explain this to you. Normally, the fruit of your labor as a parent is to have your children around you when you are older. At your old age, when you need the support, all the care, all the love that you can get in this world, when they come from your own bone of the bone, blood of the blood, flesh of the flesh, as a woman in particular, it is a different vibe. That's what you should pray for. I pray for that, okay? That I want to eat the fruit of my labor. My labor today is to raise my children to become, responsible adults, responsible and then productive adults. Productive enough that they can care for themselves and care for other people too. Now, I am raising that kind of a children. That is my labor. Then I also, so that when they are able to take care of themselves, when I am now older and I can no longer do things I do, or most things I did, or I'm going to do for them when they were growing up, I would expect all this support. You know, if my children start taking or shifting, like Monday, Kofo will take care of me on Monday. Bolan will take care of me on Tuesday. Morisola will take care of me on Wednesday. Akinola will take care of me on Thursday. Yewande, my daughter, will take care of me on Friday. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, they can bring the grandchildren to come and play with me in my yard, right? That's something I will hope for and I'm working towards. I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to get that, right? But as a dream, yeah, that is what I would call eating the fruit of my labor. But do you know that is different from our own parents eating the fruit of their labor? They were born in poverty. They were raised in poverty. Our parents who survived poverty to some extent gave birth to many, many of us in poverty. They raised us in that poverty. So many of you sworn that you would never raise your own children in poverty. Now, you know something? Our parents, they gave everything. If you have parents who did that for you, you should be so grateful to them, okay? You may not have all the money to give to them today, right? But the fact that you are grateful, you appreciate them, and you're always there for them is more than that money. If you don't have money now, okay? And if you do have money, right, it's not enough. Being there, if you can, is so much kind of worthier than that money. But you know what something? Our parents, they gave everything, including comfort, just for some of us to get to where we are today in life. Yeah? With an expectation that they will eat the fruit of your hand, which means we are expected to feed them. Why? There is no social security in Nigeria that cares for any aged person in Nigeria. There is none. So you as a child raised by a poor mother, a poor widow or widower, or poor parents, you want to grow up to be able to afford to send them to a very, very, reputable, reliable healthcare system. You know, healthcare, you would like to provide that for them, wouldn't you? Some of you would love to create comfort for them, build them homes, start giving them money, because that's all they have. You are all they have. The system doesn't know they exist. The system doesn't care about them. You know that. Abi? We have to, and if anything happened to you, that is all their hope gone, all their investment gone. And because of that, they have to do their part to make sure that the system that kept them poor, that is also keeping you poor, that is likely going to keep your own children poor, will possibly one day end if they pray, not by you going out there to challenge them. Because if you go out there to challenge them, if they can't kill you, what's it going to be mama's hope? What's it going to be papa's hope? Eh? Who is going to bury them? Who is going to feed them? What about other stuff? It is the system. The system allows that so that you will stay away. And rather than stand up and say, hey, we can't continue like this, let's break everything up, you would rather choose side of which one you think, which of the rope you think is fair enough, even though everything is tight. APC rope, they tight, they won't kill you. PDP rope, they tight, won't kill you. Labour, Obi rope, you just test them, you see they test that one. You never know, maybe not tight one or not. So you want the gamble. Now, the choice is there. Make you choose one. If you not choose any, now die you day. That's exactly the situation they have put you. Some of us chose not to kind of live in that fear. So me, I know how much politics affects us, affects our life, our monetary, our everything. But it is sad that you, one Nigerianist, you don't know. They are telling you one person can come on and change it. Oh, if we change this and that, see, it will just be like, say, I repeat myself. But politics affects us a lot. And if people are going to form a resistance, it starts from setting an ideology that is not disguised, an ideology that is completely different from a one like Nigeria. Be specific, be confident. But until that happens, right, we won't stop talking or reminding all of you, you are in that majority for now, especially in this your electoral time. But let's see how far they're going to take it. So that is why the division I mentioned from the beginning is obvious. You know it. Igbos are suspecting Yoruba, Yoruba suspecting Hausa, Hausa suspecting Igbo, Fulani suspecting this or that. This is so obvious. And these are not things that you can just say, let's move on and let us forget it without addressing them. The moment you choose to address them, that truth will come out. And that truth is that we can actually live so better, progressively, on our own, respectively as well, without going through all this kind of mess. Politicians create all this. And if you continue to take sides and do things according to their rule book, I am begging you, stop expecting anything different afterward. Should we take some calls? I'll take calls. I told you, Sunday sermon doesn't attract many people because it's just a moment when some things you feel no feel swallow them all. But I did my best tonight to make sure that I'm not too vitriolic in a way. However, I hope my message hits you. I hope my message gets you thinking. And I hope somehow, at the back of that, your one Nigeria mind, you will remember that if we all need, or if we all indeed love Nigeria, okay, we'll begin to ask for the peaceful breakup of that contraption. I'm a Nigerian right now, you know that. And many of us are, not by choice, so remember that, or not by choice, so. And since it's dealing with all of us, if we are given a choice, some said we don't need to be given. We have to make our choices. We've made our choices. But by the time the roost comes home, by the time the chicken comes home to roost, right? Majority of you will identify with this as well, that if you love Nigeria, and you love the people of Nigeria, right? You will join the campaign for that breakup. And it's so easy. Just same way you are preparing for elections, just same way you can prepare for that constitutional conference that will decide how we are going to go our separate ways. I've told you this many times that there's so much at stake. There's so much that should be on that table. But if they don't want to have that conversation right now, eventually, should be in Nigeria, you will be pushed there. You will get there so it may be slow, but it will be steady. A stage where we are all going to agree to save the lives of the people. We need to break up this contraption. Until that is done, remember, you are responsible for your choices. And when you make them, the consequences of all those choices, you should not shy away from them, because we know a system put in place to rob us cannot suddenly turn around to love us. I don't think so. So stay around. I will take a few calls before we go tonight, okay? That is if you want to. I'll be back. Make I go make tea. right. So I ran late again from making my tea. By the way, I think I have a caller on the line. Oh, he's still there. Hello, sir. You may need to move away.
Sir.
Yeah, you may need to move away from that TV as well. How are you?
Oh, I apologize. I'm good. Thank you very much for having me.
And it's a pleasure having you, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Adewale, the African Wahala.
Oh, Adewale, the African Wahala. It's been a long time. How are you, sir?
It's been a while, brother. I've been good. You know, I have to take a step back from the political stress going on in Nigeria. You know, bro, you might be 10,000 miles away. It still affects you. You might not even have any family member left in Nigeria, but it still affects you because at the end of the day, where you're from is a part of Nigeria, and Nigeria has completely diminished everybody.
That's right.
So, yeah, thank you for continually putting that pressure, even now that the energy is low. I'll be honest, for me, I feel like the obedience movement is one of the reasons why I took a step back. Because that movement just simply tells me that we have a long way to go, okay? Because if a majority of all the oppressed people have decided to pursue someone, to put their support behind someone simply because they believe that person will save them, will rescue them. Me, I don't share the same belief with them, but at the same time, I don't want to be going back and forth with them and arguing and trying to convince them. Because,
that's the smartest thing to do, in my own opinion, even though we probably have no stake in whatever they want to do in any way, right? If the oppressed says they are rejecting their oppressors, like you put it, and they are putting all their fight in a political revolution behind someone in this obvious case, of course, I think follow that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily have to support it because me personally, I can't support Obi if Obi is telling me that he loves Obasanjo, Tinubu. I mean, he loves Obasanjo, he loves Babangida, and he loves Atiku. So if you love those guys, forget it. I'm not going to support you, okay? But that's me personally. I'm not trying to convince anybody otherwise, okay? So with all of that being said, thank you for continuing harping on the importance of politics on our lives. Politics affects us in every way imaginable. Our economic situation, like we have today, terrible economy, terrible security. Many of us have had to escape from that country to different parts of the world because the country is just not convenient. So we have to continue. You're not repeating yourself, brother. I heard you say it a few times there that, it sounds like I'm repeating myself. No, you have to continue doing this, my good brother, because this is what you're ordained to do, man. We love you. We are going to continue supporting you. Continue repeating this thing. Keep putting that message in people's heads. With time, many more people are going to convert and come back to reality, and maybe they will completely reject the system of oppression. So I just came here to motivate you again, my good brother, Maiyegun. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, it's been a while, Baba, and it's really good to hear from you again. And our people in Canada, I believe. Take care, Baba.
Yes, sir. You too.
You have a good one. So that's African Wahala. I'll take another one. I have here.
Hello.
Sir.
Maiyegun Baba. I'm so lucky tonight.
Wow.
No. This is Adedolu from Dallas, Texas.
Sir,
I really appreciate,
from Dallas.
Yes, sir.
Everybody can hear you now.
I really appreciate you. God bless you. There is something that I've been saying, and I'd called you one or twice that I mentioned it, that probably you will take a day out and talk about the religious leaders in Nigeria. Now, number one, you see these people, this set of people, these religious leaders, and I'm gonna be direct,
Please,
especially Pastor Adeboye, especially because I was already member when I was in Nigeria. Right. These people, you don't know how millions and thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of people that are looking up onto them, believing that they are like God-like, that anything that they see. Now, these people, they are one of the major problems that we have in that nation. That they have, let me just explain myself because I'm a Yoruba man. So that they have in that nation. The reason is because, you see, these people, they give people hope. They tell them, God bless you, your tomorrow is going to be all right, your tomorrow will be all right. For the past 30 years, they have been praying, your tomorrow will be all right. You are today. There is nothing for them to enjoy today. No. These are the people telling people, pray for your government, pray for your government. Do you know, my brother? I have a friend. I went to Laos in Ogumo, so I have a friend. This guy was one of the smartest guys that I've ever known in my life. The guy called me, we spoke yesterday. Do you know what the guy was telling me? He was telling me that there's no work, there's no data. He had to go to camp after the convention. He used extra 2 weeks praying to God. I was like, praying to God that God will change the situation. So when they don't have light, there's no road, there's no pipeline water, there's no job, there's no security, they will tell them to look up unto God because it is God that will solve their problem. Whereas they left their government. I did some analysis for you sometimes ago. For example, we say, Pastor Deboye, why did you need private jet? I'm being direct with you. Why did you? He said, no. Someone bought private jet for you. But the millions need for God to know that it is one thing for you to buy a private jet. It is another thing for you to maintain it. So the money for maintenance, where is it coming from? The millions of money. These people, in fact, they are one of the problems that we have. And I want to talk to the youth now. You see, when we have a foundation, things will change. You will get job. There is no idea that is pushing you. It's because you don't have job. Yes. You ladies that are 30 years and above, you can't marry. It's not because you are not beautiful. The man is not responsible because he doesn't have a job. How is he going to get married?
Somebody to be your baby daddy and all of that, which many people have today anyway. We have them everywhere.
Even the baby daddy self, unless you do it, he doesn't know. Because the baby daddy self, he knows that if we have a child, he will run away from you. There is no job. My brother, thank you for opening the people's eyes, but please continue. And let them know this religion will kill everybody. Thank you so much, my brother. Yoruba Nation, now.
Thank you very much for stopping by, okay? You have a good night, sir. So I'll take another call. Did I just miss one there? Sorry, I missed one. I have some of our people trying in from Nigeria, by the way, except if the numbers are just Nigerian numbers on WhatsApp. So hello there.
Yeah, good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Maiyegun?
Yes, I can. Can you?
Yes, I can hear you very well. And
great.
Your topic tonight is very intriguing and very thrilling.
Thank you. You found it so.
I don't know how you manufactured those very inciting topics and very, very commendable.
Thank you.
I will give you one thing. I had a discussion on this subject with a UK, with an Englishman. He's a lecturer. He's my lecturer.
Right.
One thing he told me is that the Queen's dream for every UK citizen is that whatever the Queen eats in her house, that any English person, anybody citizen of UK should be able to afford it.
Must be able to afford same. God bless you. That's true.
And a house. So the Queen's house shouldn't be a special place because you know that whatever the Queen is eating, that you afford it, you have it in your house.
That's right.
And this is what has endeared this woman to so many people, so many British citizens in the UK.
Especially the English. They love the Queen. No joke.
So when you talk about the Nigerian dream,
That was exactly what struck me. What exactly is a Nigerian what?
Nigerian dream. What? I'm looking for that answer. I mean, I don't know everything, and I'm hoping. I'm so happy that somebody like you is also saying something on it, right? Maybe somebody tonight will actually tell me what exactly is that Nigerian dream. I probably didn't know myself. Go on, sir.
It was Yar'Adua who came to that with his 7-point agenda, but because his administration didn't, that was cut short. So as we speak in Nigeria, there is no Nigerian dream. When we say Nigeria of our dream, nobody can define that.
No.
There is nothing to put on it. There is nothing to put on it.
That
and you can put
you pick an Igbo man, you pick a Yoruba man, you pick a Nupe man, a Ijo man, a Shekiri man, or Hausa Fulani, and ask them, and they will tell you one answer and say this is Nigerian dream. I don't think so.
Yes, there is no such thing.
There's no such thing. No national ideal, no national goal, no nothing that everybody can say we associate with this. I have never seen one. No.
Nothing.
So what are we building then? What kind of lie are we telling ourselves then that we are building something for future? What future are we building then?
Exactly. Maybe the politicians have a common dream because they are the ones that will tell you they are building a Nigeria of our dream. Maybe that is what. Right. And we are already the dream, the Nigeria of our dream, they mean. Which is a collective plundering of the economy and making itself. It is understandable.
Rent-seeking economy.
Exactly. So you now see that even in Nigeria today, the leaders, the political actors seem to be on one side.
Yes.
The citizens seem to be on another side.
On the other side.
Acting over leadership problems. It now looks like we have a leadership issue in Nigeria, but the citizens, nobody on that. The citizens are not in agreement with the solution. So, if we come to agree that this problem cannot be solved, why do you want to continue to proffer solutions that that cannot work?
That is my own headache too. And I will continue to ask this question every opportunity I have to turn on my camera. Why do you invest emotion, your money, your energy, your life into rescuing a place that was put together just to be exactly what it is right now? Why? I keep asking.
There is a leaked video or leaked audio of Amechi in the first tenor of Buhari. Amechi clearly said this Nigeria cannot work.
He did.
In that audio, he said this country can never work.
Ever.
Yes. So it means that these guys already understand the truth, but they just feel that the only way to continue to benefit is to keep deceiving the people.
I think they believe that until the people are tired of them, right? If the people are not tired of them, they will continue to keep the status quo in place. And being tired of them means when people are tired of the entire establishment. How would the people
be? Do you know that in America, when they tell you about America, they talk about security.
Yes.
It's citizen of America feel secure. My lecturer told me that if you step into any country outside your country, that the first thing you do is to ring your embassy that you are in Nigeria. Yeah, that is the first thing you do. And you tell them your itinerary, that you are going to spend so number of days. Yes. And they will keep checking up on you. But do you know that
if anything happened in the area you said you are going to be, they will quickly be in touch with you to be sure. Are you there or you are about to be there or something happened to you? That's true.
Exactly. And that is what foreign affairs is supposed to do. But do you know that Nigerians will mop their embassy to even enter the embassy to know what's going on? No information. In fact, our embassies don't know if there are how many Nigerians in the UK.
No idea.
They can't tell you. They can't tell you. These are the disconnects. So when this man was holding a class with us, we were majority Nigerians. The ladies in Nigeria were saying, so can we write our embassy? That's what you're supposed to have done. It was embarrassing.
That you have to like, decide to say, let's write our embassy that we are here.
So if anything happens to us, we need to go and report to them that something has happened. Meanwhile, they are supposed to be the ones monitoring what we do, our movement. So it tells you that there is no statehood in Nigeria.
No.
There is no statehood. It's just an enterprise. It's an enterprise
it's just where
for so
anything
many
goes. And how do you call that a country? Let's be honest. How do you go about and beat your chest and say, I am proud of this? Come on, man. Let's be honest now. You know, I keep telling people that.
Nobody is proud of Nigeria, including the president of Nigeria.
Even the president of Nigeria, God bless you.
Otherwise, he cannot be investing more in a different country than he is investing in his own country.
And claim to love the country.
Buhari has declared openly to Nigeria that he is more loyal to Niger Republic.
No doubt.
Than to Nigeria. Even though Nigeria is a richer country, he is more loyal to a foreign country than the country you think
that gave him everything.
Yeah. So you begin to understand that there is no statehood. The only issue Nigeria has now is for cohesion around the devolution. Once we can gain that cohesion, I think that is the end of the whole show.
That will be the end of the whole show. You're right.
Because your politicians, all their family members are citizens over it. And they already anticipate that this thing might happen one day. Otherwise, Ike Kweremadi's daughter will not be in the UK having issues.
Yeah.
He is representing you in Nigeria. So this guy already understands that this thing will not last. But while it is
big time. Let me take another call because of our time. It's such a pleasure talking to you, by the way. Thank you very much for stopping by. I love your input. Thank you, sir. So I'll take this. I think that's Princess, by the way. Hello there.
Good evening.
Hello, ma. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am very well. And thank you for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Maiyegun, you said a lot this night. And,
as usual.
We've all been listening.
I actually thought I was going to lose it at some point, but somehow I managed not to even say anything that children couldn't listen to. I mean,
in fact,
I didn't say anything too bad.
The children, I sent them to bed immediately you started.
Immediately I said that because I could start now and start saying, Olori Buni, and I don't really like doing that in front of children anyway. But, so you can always keep them
to bed. I sent them to bed.
I know, that's grand.
You
so,
see the church thing, the church issue, the religious drama. Religion is an opium. We all know that.
It is the poor man's opium, even rich man's opium too. And once you swallow it,
majority are high on it. And you can, when people see Oyedepo and Adeboye as demigod, and they can't go wrong in the presence of some people, you know. When you say things, they try to validate it, you know. Because in a situation whereby you contributed money in your church and the church built a school and your children can't attend that school, you know, those schools, they can be educated there. What do you call that?
They have to give scholarship to the one or two children of two poor people, and they say we are giving scholarship. Come on, man.
We all pay off on the Maiyegun because you see majority of their members naming their children faith, favor, hope, the hopeless, you know, they've all been brainwashed to an extent that oh man, Camila, you know. Shall people it will be the governor in Nigerian. You know, she want to be the governor.
No.
You know? So I just laugh at them. In fact, mo gbọ́ orúkọ kan claim kí mo kàn gbọ́ tán ṣe claim. Ọmọ mi gáàdì lékejì ránṣẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ́ claim kí ni really claim? Ọ̀rẹ́ claim your right lórúkọ wọn. Claim your right.
Wọ́n pe ọmọ kan ní àbí ọmọ kan ló ń jẹ́ claim.
Claim ni o.
No.
Claim ni o, baba.
Princess, claim as in to claim something.
Yes.
So for example, is that a boy or a girl?
A boy.
So if I want to, if my son Caleb now would just be like claim Badero.
Claim no. Claim Badero. Claim your rights. Claim your rights.
Claim your rights. Claim your glory. Claim your progress. Claim.
Claim your right. Orúkọ ọmọ nìyẹn. Àwọn èèyàn sì yà wèrè gan. Mo level tó ti dé ni. Mo sọ last year, mo sọ 2 years ago. Ìjọba, they are everywhere, Maiyegun.
Yeah, àwọn gan ni witches and wizards that are holding your destiny.
They are everywhere. Maiyegun, these people are everywhere.
Yeah.
They are the one making the syllabus of your children in school. They decide what they teach you, what your children are being taught in school. You will see your class teacher, you know. So some people that went to public school, we see their class teacher bringing in snacks to sell to the students. While we were young.
Egusi.
Yeah, you will see them. They will bring one kokoro, one buns, they sell to students. That was a side hustle, Maiyegun. They won't teach you that in school.
Side hustle.
They won't teach you how to make money too. They won't tell you the law of money. They won't tell you dollar was created as a debt. You can borrow it for years.
Yes.
You can borrow money for mortgage for years.
Can borrow against
They don't tell you about banking. But I'm telling you, if you give a gun to a man, he will rob a bank. But if you give a bank to a man, he will rob the whole nation. They won't tell you what. Maiyegun, Red Cross only sọ fún yín pé ẹ̀jẹ̀ tẹ́ lọ ń donate tẹ́ rò pé ṣe humanitarian service wọn ní sọ fún yín pé àwọn ń ta plasma yín ni a litre is 25,000 USD, baba. He won't say it.
And there's blood bank all over the world supplying that blood endlessly.
Baba, ṣorí iṣẹ́ drug tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn politician ṣe ẹ̀jẹ̀ làwọn èèyàn fi ń dì. Àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti jẹ ọjà débi pé wọn ò lè afford ẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara wọn lọ́ ń tà $600 every month. Wọ́n á ta plasma yẹn, big pharma á rà á lọ́wọ́ àwọn yẹn, wọ́n á lọ fi ṣe oògùn. Ṣọ́ra àwọn tó lọ donate ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó fi plasma wọn ṣe oògùn yẹn, tóògùn yẹn bá máa jáde yẹn máa wọ́n. Ó máa wọ́n bí wèrè ní táwọn bá sick pẹ̀lẹ́jẹ̀ tó ló ń donate tó hàn nílé afford oògùn yẹn.
You know something,
Princess? It is about control. It is.
Kò tẹ́ sọ́tọ̀ yìí, ó jẹ́ kí n rántí nǹkan kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Yaba nígbà yẹn. Ọdún tí mo sọ yìí sìn, I mean, sorry, ibẹ̀ bí clinic kan ní Fadeyi, rather, Fadeyi. Now, you see that clinic,
okay.
They allow people to come in and sell their blood, like you said. They will take your blood.
Yeah.
Then they will give you money. So then they were giving 1,500 drip. So if you can give 2 or if you can give 3. So people, I mean, you know, children then, not so children, secondary school children. So they took it as a side hustle, right? They didn't have a clue, you know. Once they go there, they will give them milk or lokwe. They'll give them milk. Once they take their blood, they will give them. One of our friends, in fact, one of my brother's friends, right, went for that same thing. He's been there twice before. But that day he needed money, right? So he decided to give 2 pints. And this guy hasn't had any meal, any real good meal. It was this somebody like me giving 2 pints. How many blood in my body? They took 2. The guy felt like it was fine. They gave him 3,000. He was like, no, I mean, I can still give 1. So he bought milk, 14 naira, pick milk. And he went back in. They were taking the 3rd one when he collapsed. And he was shouting, milk, milky, 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 milky. Baba Ade, kilo happen, kilo any stroke, milk, milk. We didn't know that he went to go and sell his blood. So you are right. They will sell their blood for money.
You now see the rich.
But they can't afford
you see those rich
that comes after. I'm with you.
Yeah. Plasma ẹ̀ tó ń bá dẹ̀ get inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí wọ́n lọ́ máa lọ fi ṣe oògùn.
Poverty ò ń ṣe nǹkan tó dáa o.
Plasma tó ń yọlé nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí wọ́n, the plasma is yellowish, òun lọ́ máa fi ṣe oògùn. Maiyegun, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọmọdé lọ́ máa wá ń gbà jù. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọmọdé tó ń gbà jù yẹn, àwọn drug baron politician ti yín, àwọn àgbà lóyìnbó lọ, kò ń ṣe every time lọ́ ń ṣe surgery. Kò ń ṣe every time ló ń ṣe battery, ló ń change battery àyà wọn. Plasma táwọn ọmọdé ń gbà, wọ́n á fi ṣe anti-aging fún wọn. Bírì gógó tó wà ní Aso Rock, ìgbà tó débẹ̀, ẹ̀kẹ́ papọ̀ ni bí ọsàn amúkù. Báwo lẹ ṣe rí sìn? Mègbọ̀n lórí gbọ̀n lọ́wọ́ gbọ̀n ní tọ́ iná.
Ẹ̀gọ́n fresh ni.
Wọ́n ràn yín iṣẹ́, wọ́n á lọ gba plasma lu òyìnbó ní bàbá. So, you don't know I'm saying this because so many people do not know the level. You're just seeing the one on the surface. So many people do not know the level at which this has gotten to. Tẹ́bà mọ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, àwọn èèyàn ọmọ máa gbé lórí street ni. Because the blood of the poor is going directly into the veins of the rich. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́fín díù tẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹ ẹ̀kan mọ́ ni.
Princess, another thing that people should also remember that what you are saying, right, is should never be doubted. These guys were so confident that they brought a lively human being from Nigeria to come and remove his kidney in the UK. Ekwere Madu and his wife.
That one just happened. You are the
so
Nigerian politicians are businessmen.
Go on.
They are businessmen and Nigerians are the commodities. They should start thinking about that now. Maiyegun.
Princess Odaro. Thank you very much. You see that story of that, my friend. Somebody is watching me right now, or probably will see this video later. I will remember that story. It was crazy. It happened between Shomolu and Fadeyi. And if you lived in Shomolu around that time, you probably will remember this area in Fadeyi, not Onikpan side, after Onikpan. So Fadeyi going to Yaba. Yeah. Most of these secondary school students in that axis, they will go and sell their blood for 1,500 naira. It was a lot of money then, but it's not enough to give, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. This is Crumpet calling from Toronto.
Sorry, sir. Say that again.
I said this is Crumpet calling you from Toronto.
Taufik. Did you say Taufik?
Crown Fit.
Oh, Crown Fit. Baba, I always kind of, I don't know, maybe it's the way you pronounce it and all the time. It's like so elitist. Yeah, I love it when you pronounce like Paco stuff like
Elitist Maiyegun.
I mean, I always suffer. Have you not noticed? I always kind of try to listen very well. Like, what did he say? And it should have been something that I actually heard once once like that. How are you, sir?
Oh yeah, doing great.
It's good to hear from you.
I just want to. It's good. It's been a while. I just want to encourage you for tonight. You know, sometimes the therapist needs therapy, and the amount of work that you put in to deliver the therapy for those who are still on the fence or those that are still sleeping. I want to make mention of something I came across from Ondo State. You have a governor that got intel from his education minister or education commissioner or whatever about the low turnout rate in the public school system. That, you know what, that system is collapsing. And this man has no better solution than to mandate every teacher in the state that they should that they should withdraw their children from private schools
and return them to public school.
Right.
It's a joke, sir.
And there's a punitive measure against any teacher who does not comply will be sanctioned. Graduate recently. School will graduate. So we send our public school. So when we see all these people that cry on the pulpit when citizens are massacred by terrorists, and they sort of, you know, eulogize us with, you know, their rhetoric of religious songs, it's crazy.
It's just playing into their own hands. And sometimes I actually feel like people actually set themselves up most of the time for these people to be played with this way. Because you see that Ondo state you mentioned now, that Ondo, we have seen the terror attack in Ondo, and just today, before I came on, like I said, 32 people have been kidnapped in Ondo state right now. They are travelers, right? Now in Zamfara, Zamfara governor said, we have spent 500 million buying guns for the people of Zamfara to defend themselves. First, he said Zamfara should go and get guns and defend themselves, right? Then he said we have spent 500 million buying guns. Akeredolu is telling people to go and buy CCTV cameras. Any public school, any public place without a CCTV camera, there will be punitive measures, like you said just now, sir. It is a shame.
For a learned senior advocate at least this man has a university degree, regardless of whether he got it from Abule Ado Market or if he was on the internet printed or from Oluwole University, or if he actually sat in the classroom somewhere and received a classical education. Anywhere in the world, the camera is shaking deter crime. The camera is just going to capture the imagery.
If the camera captured the face of the terrorist,
it will not defend people.
Sir,
if the camera
captured the faces of the terrorists, which